let's talk about the human resource for treatment. I think that's one of your first questions. And it's a major, major critical issue because everyone knows what's happening in the health sector in terms of human resource for health. There's a critical shortage of people to work in health facilities. When you go to the primary health center, you're seeing volunteers. When you go to secondary health facilities, sometimes you're seeing just 1 or 2 doctors, maybe 1 nurse covering a round. So, and one of the things that the current mandate secretary is doing right now is being to see how she can mobilize volunteers in terms of health professionals who are in other sectors, who are not in health facilities, to go into health facilities and beef up the capacity. She actually gave an experience where she went to a facility and there were just not enough hands because of the attrition, the Japa syndrome that's happened. It's huge and it's massive. So that's a real gap. And so what the mandate secretary is doing right now is mopping up human resource doctors and nurses who are in other sectors to go into facilities, maybe on a volunteer basis, to help and to beef up the capacity. But in terms of the quality of the doctors, the quality of the nurses, the FCT has the right quality, the right set of people who know what to do. What we just need is the numbers. We need the critical numbers to be there on the ground to respond. And then you talked about vaccines. So yes, there are oral vaccines. The vaccines against cholera are oral vaccines. And the vaccines are available. But what happens is that you have to know the serotype that is circulating. So Dr. Guni just talked about in Lagos, what is circulating is 01. So which means the vaccine that goes there will be against that serotype. So what is important is that tests should be carried out. It's one thing to say, oh yes, somebody will suspect it's cholera. It's another thing to actually test the stool and confirm. So once you do a rapid diagnostic test, and you need to go further to take that sample to culture and actually grow the bacterium so that you can know this is what we're dealing with. That's the only way you know the serotype that you're dealing with, and then you can tailor the vaccine against that. That happened in previous years. And so you notice that once you are vaccinated against a serotype, the next outbreak, it's not that serotype. And that is one of the things that shows that vaccines actually work. Because when the next outbreak comes, you see that it's completely different from the serotype that caused the previous outbreak. So vaccines are available. You have to have the right serotype, and then you demand for those vaccines. And so, remember, it's not vaccines.
So the vaccines for cholera should be on demand. Why is it not incorporated into the vaccination schedule that we have in the country?
So because cholera outbreaks happen sporadically. So it's not, like you said, it's seasonal, so it comes with the rains. And so you prevent. So once you take the vaccines now and you spread it around, you find out that in the next season, you won't have that happening. Again, you have to test. And remember that vaccines is not something you can go and buy. You have to, at a country level, ask for it and get it done. So vaccination is going on. Lagos is vaccinating, and different states, I'm sure, are vaccinating.
All right.